Good morning, everyone. Today we will revise chapter number 10, respiration. Yes, respiration. And today we will discuss about text questions. So, are you ready? So, there is a first one for you. Why does an athlete breathe faster after the running? When an athlete run fast, then after the running, he has to breathe fast. So, what is the reason for that? As you know, for running, he needs the energy, and energy is produced by our body by the breaking down of food. When the food break down in the presence of oxygen, then energy is released. So more energy, so there is a more requirement of oxygen, and that's why to fulfill the requirement of oxygen, an athlete breathe faster, because when we breathe we inhale oxygen rich air. So more oxygen means more breakdown of food and more energy is released, which is must for running. Is it clear? Now the next one is there. Why do we often sneeze? Why do we often sneeze? Sometimes it's there, na? We are sitting, we are standing, we are moving here and there is a sneeze. So sneeze is mainly concerned, it is mainly related with the dust particles. As you know, in the air we breathe in, the air we inhale, with the oxygen, with different gases, it also have dust particles, smoke particles. So these dust, smoke particles or the pollutants, they just trap by the hair present in our nose. And sometimes when they trap there, then they just cause the irritation on the inner lining of our nostrils. And due to that irritation, sneezing is there. And do you know, when we sneeze, so that dust particles, smoke particles, that foreign particles will come out from our body. And that's why it is advised to always just put your hand or wear the mask when you are sneezing, so that these particles will not be inhaled by another person. Now there is the next one for you. Find out the similarities and differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Okay, so first of all, we will find out the similarities. Similarities, as you know, aerobic as well as anaerobic respiration, they are must to release the energy from the food. Yes, aerobic respiration as well as anaerobic respiration is must to release the energy from the food. So that is a similarity. Next one, if we will talking about the differences. Now aerobic respiration means when the energy is released from the food in the presence of oxygen. Yes, when the energy is released by the breaking of food in the presence of oxygen, that process is known as aerobic respiration. Now in anaerobic respiration, the same thing, the energy is released from the food, but yes, without the presence of oxygen. Oxygen is not must there. So aerobic as well as anaerobic respiration. Aerobic means in the presence of oxygen, energy released from the food. Anaerobic means without oxygen, energy can be released from the food. Now the end product, the byproduct or after the aerobic respiration, it is your, yes, carbon dioxide and water plus energy. That is there. So when the food react with the oxygen, then we will get the carbon dioxide, water and energy. But in anaerobic respiration, when the byproduct of that anaerobic respiration means when the food gives us the energy, then the byproducts are alcohol and carbon dioxide and energy. So these are the byproducts. So byproduct after aerobic respiration, carbon dioxide, water and energy. And byproduct after anaerobic respiration, alcohol, carbon dioxide and energy. And anaerobic respiration, it is done by the mainly prokaryotes, or you can say yeast, or some bacteria also. And aerobic respiration like human beings, cat, dog, cow, etc. So these are the differences between aerobic as well as anaerobic. And do you know, due to that process of anaerobic respiration, the byproduct is alcohol. That's why this process is also used for making your wine and beer, because alcohol is produced, and that's why this alcohol, it is used for making wine and beer. In test tube B, in which there is an aquatic plant, it also do the process of respiration, and during that process of respiration, carbon dioxide gas is released. But on the other side, this carbon dioxide gas which is released by the aquatic plant during the process of respiration, inhale during the process of photosynthesis. So the carbon dioxide gas is released by the aquatic plant, but it is also used up by the plant. Now, in test tube C, where the both snail and plant is present. So as you know, the snail will do the process of respiration and exhale the carbon dioxide gas. And as you know, the same process is done by the aquatic plant. And on the other side, plants take the carbon dioxide which is released by the plant as well as the snail. Through the process of respiration, it is also absorbed by the aquatic plant for the process of photosynthesis. So if we will just find out the comparative, you can say comparative outlook, yeah, comparative percentage of carbon dioxide in these three test tubes, only the test tube A has the more concentration in comparison to B and C.